Hello everyone, Kristen here. Thank you for tuning in to Planning with Kristen, and I am excited to do this video because people have asked me how I did it. They want to know what I did, and I love when you guys love an idea that I do. It just inspires me and it helps me stay motivated, stay inspired, and I wanted to do this video. As soon as I put it together yesterday, I wanted to do this video, but I like to film when no one's in the house. So anyway, as most of you know, I recently picked up the Mini Happy Planner, and that's a little backstory, okay? When the Mini Happy Planner was announced, a couple of months ago, I said I want to see it in person because when I first saw it, there were no inserts. Stephanie and her sister, is it Lauren? I'm not sure. They mentioned it in the Periscope, and there were no inserts. It was just a cover. I was like, okay, it looks nice. Looks like it could be cute, and I wouldn't mind replacing it with replacing my Recollections with it. But there is no cover for it, and it would be destroyed in my purse. And then these are released. Two of these were released at Hobby Lobby, and you've heard me mention many times that I don't like undated planners because they look unfinished. But out of the two, the rainbow color one and this one looked the most clean. I loved it. It didn't have really any designs in it. And it's undated, meaning I can use it now. There are some more coming out at the end of this month. There are dated. They start in January. But reason why I wanted this planner is because it has lines. And when a planner has lines, I am all for it. And so I've seen a lot of girls lately, who've been running out and buying these planners, tearing apart their Recollections planner. I'm going to show you exactly what they've been doing. I have the Recollections binder. Here it is. I'm just going to share this. They've been taking out the rings, and sliding the planner in here, which to me is not a bad idea. I don't think that's a bad idea at all because they wanted to mimic the new Happy Planner Deluxe cover that's coming out for this. To me, it doesn't make sense. The reason why it doesn't make sense is because I want to be able to reuse my binder. And I don't want to have to tear apart, because I don't want to have to tear apart multiple color binders, because I do plan on getting a couple of more. I do want a pink one for like Valentine's Day. I want to get like a red or blue one for 4th of July. I like to switch them out with the seasons and whatever holiday is coming. And if I rip out the rings, then I only can use it for this. And that way, if I ever want to use an empty binder for like a notebook at the time or use it for something else, I still have the use of the rings. So I didn't go that route with taking out the rings in my binder. So this is not the Happy Planner. You will see a video that tells you exactly what I did with this. I made it into a sticky notebook. There's a video coming up where I have described in detail what I've done. So I'm just going to move this out of the way and show you exactly what I did with this Mini Happy Planner. So let's open this up. Scoot that down. I should always make sure that's down before I get started. So what I did basically is I trimmed off, the discs, the punches that are punched for the Mini Happy Planner. And let's zoom in. I trimmed them off with this paper cutter. I got it at Walmart for like 14 bucks. It works really, really good. It's by the brand Fiskars. They make really big ones. They make, heavy duty ones that you can use in the classroom. This one works well for what I use it for, and it cuts really well. So I cut off the punches for that. And what I did is I got the Recollections punch, and let me tell you, I didn't have high hopes for how this would work for me, but everything punched really, really well. And all I did was punch this and put it in. That is exactly what I did. And this way works much better for me because if I ever want to add note paper, if I ever want to add, cardstock or whatever, it's a lot easier to punch and put in here and move it from binder to binder than to rip out the rings. I've heard horror stories about people messing up their binders, taking out the rings. This only took me about 30 minutes, and that was like without a break. I took out 1 month at a time. I cut down the dividers because they're a little bit thicker first, and then I cut down the paper, and then I punched it. About 30 minutes. That's all it took me. So I will show you, how it looks. I only lost the tiniest bit of writing space. I mean, the tiniest bit of writing space. Even with important dates and monthly goals, I mean, there's a hole right here, but it's nothing to cry over. Um, and I love this. Another reason I love this is because I do get to write notes for the month. You don't get that with the Recollections inserts. I mean, you can insert your own paper and do it that way. But I do love that I can add notes for the month. I can add birthdays, what I'm loving currently, important dates and monthly goals. I love that about this planner. So this is what the month looks like. And as you can see, there are holes on the different days. But since I use this only as my personal planner, nothing PWK goes in here, I'm not too worried about the space. Okay, so yes, there are holes right here, but it's just enough space for me. I can still write, and I can still write over here, and I can still write for the monthly notes if I need to really elaborate on something. So that is what it looks like. So I do want to show you the weekly because that's what's important when we do our planners, the weekly spread. This is what this week looks like. And by the way, this washi is at Hobby Lobby. This is what the week looks like. And I've written out everything for my week. I just basically copied over what I had in my recollections for this week. And I love it. I absolutely love it because I have lines. It helps me write a little bit smaller. Wednesday, today, is really, really full. I can still write a little bit more. I love that there's lines. I used regular size washi. It didn't take away much space from my writing. I mean, it did up here a little bit, with these thicker ones, but that's fine. I can either not use washi or I can use skinny washi. It's basically all about the user. I added this weekend sticker, didn't take away anything, and I added this little sticker from the Rose Gold Planner Basic set, and that's it. And I mean, this is what an empty week looks like, so you can kind of get a feel. And even though I'm not a fan of undated planners, I didn't mind this because in my recollections, it wasn't dated. And I like it because I can use it now. I didn't have to worry about waiting until January. And I like this. I like how it turned out. I think it's a better option. Like I said, if you want to, use it as, the deluxe cover for your Happy Planner, you can absolutely do that. But to me, this makes much more sense because you can still reuse the binder. If you're a person who collects multiple recollection binders, ripping out the rings only gives you one option to add this. But you can easily turn those other binders into other planners and still have the functionality of the rings. And this makes it easy where I can move it if I want to. I can move it to my Websters Pages because they are the same exact punch. And I would never ever destroy this. Because, I plan on switching to this when the springtime comes. And I still have access, I can still have easy access to my planner pages. I don't have to worry about rings being missing or anything, and I can still reuse it. I can go back and forth. So that is how I set it up. So as you can see, I did cut off the arc punch, the disc rings, and then just punched it with the Recollections punch, and I added it. I have all 12 months in here with no problem. I do believe that I could, I'm going to close it so you guys can see. It's pretty full, but if I wanted to add note paper, I could. I'm not adding note paper right now. I do have a notes page, but I may add a couple. That's what the empty month looks like. I may add a couple of note pages in the back in case I need to write something down. Oh, and it does come with these stickers, if you didn't know. I use the October for the tabs and then the October for the month right here. And I just think it looks really, really nice. I did keep the calendar divider in here that came with the Recollections monthly kit. And it goes perfectly. And, as you can see, even though I had to punch the dividers, it didn't take away from any quotes that are on here, as you can see. I really like this because it's clean. When you have just black and white, you can basically do what you want to do. The reason I didn't like the colored one is because it looks like the design was just cut off. It didn't look finished to me, and that's just my opinion. But But see, as you can see, it didn't cut off. I'm just going through the dividers here. I love this. You can easily add, you know, lettering to it if you want. You know, you can still read the quotes. It doesn't take away. So I really like how this turned out. It's very functional for me. The fact that it has lines is great. I love the monthly dashboards. I love when a planner has a monthly dashboard. It's just really, really nice. And so, yeah, I just want to come on and show you guys how I set this up, because people were curious of how I set this up, and I think it worked really, really nice. And I mean, when I do my plan with me's, well, not with this planner, but when I do my planning, I can easily just take it out, do a page, and put it back in. And I mean, like I said, this made the most sense to me, just to punch it and not worry about tearing out these rings, because oh my god, you know, and I saw some people and the idea I think is good, but to me the execution doesn't look that great. It looks like you destroyed your binder. That's what it looks like to me. And with this, it looks like, oh, okay, it looks like it belongs in there, you know. So yeah, oh, and I do have this pocket from Recollections that I still kept in there to keep my discount cards, and it doesn't interfere. And this is what it looks like closed again. And I just really, really love it, and love how it turned out. So yeah, that is how I set this up. And I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments about anything, leave them down below and I'll be happy to answer them. And I will see you all next time. Bye.